Hello again, everyone. In this stock review video, I'm going to take a look at Newmont Mining, Barrick Gold, and Kirkland Lake Gold. Okay, this ties back into the video I did on Wednesday where I talked about precious metals. I looked at gold, silver, the dollar, along with the S&P 500. And so now we're drilling down in and taking a look at these three key gold mining stocks. Okay, well, before I get into those three stocks, I want to give you an update or an alternative on GDX, which is the gold mining ETF. Okay, the gold miners ETF. I talked about it on Wednesday. I showed a bullish scenario, a bullish pattern, a bullish possibility. Okay, here is the bearish view, the bearish count. The bearish count says that from the high back in 2011 to the low that occurred over here in January 2016, that we had a 5-wave move down, and then we're having a big 3-wave move back up. But this is more a zigzag, a 5-3. The expecting now to have a 5-wave move back down. So that's going to be in sync with what you're seeing a little bit more. And actually, this chart looks almost more like Barrett Gold, which you'll see in just a minute. But this is the alternative count that exists. And we'll watch and see, does the price action, which way does the price action reinforce in terms of continuing to sell off, lower highs, lower lows? Again, this is a weekly view. Or does it turn around and start to come to the upside and take out this high? Right now, we're getting reinforcement. GDX was down $2.01 for the week. You could see how it closed below the trading of the last 3 weeks in here. Okay, now on to Newmont Mining. So what we've got on the screen here is weekly view, side by side. And when I put the cursor in one window, it's in the same time frame in every window. So you can see the high back here, the week of August 2nd, 2020, on Newmont. Very close to the same for Barrick Gold. It was off by 2 weeks right here. It was the high for Barrick Gold, but Kirkland Lake would lined up with Newmont perfectly. So a little different picture. It doesn't matter if you come from the lows down over here in 2018, like let's just do it right here in Barrick Gold. You know, everything was in a big rally. Clearly, Kirkland, this sell-off was a lot weaker, it seems like, than the other two. And there's a little different picture going on between the three of them on a longer term picture. But right now, I am leaning into the fact that I think, I'm going to lean into the bearish view. And it's because, short-term wise, all of these stocks are in downtrends, short to intermediate downtrends. And so right now you can see here, we've got the moving average views in here, more traditional technical analysis view. And all the keys to the moving averages are up here in case you're looking forward to say, okay, what moving averages is he using in here? Simple 89, the blue is the only exponential one I used. It's kind of my trigger line, the 10-day. All right, so that's the view. Clearly lower highs, lower lows, moving averages rolled over, trending to the downside. Some of these are a little more severe than the others. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Elliott Wave picture. Okay, let me pull up this scenario. And where are they? Come back. Here we go. Okay, so let me just blow out Newmont and then we'll go back to the others here in a minute. And this is a daily. Let me go to the weekly so you have the bigger picture. From the high back in 2011 to the low over here in late in 2015. Actually, Newmont bottomed before gold did. Gold bottomed in December of 2015. I believe that this was a big 3-wave move down. And then we've got a big corrective 3-wave move back up. We're doing a large flat. That is the bearish interpretation, okay? And as I talked about in the video on Wednesday, gold right now, kind of, you could go either way with it. It's kind of in that situation where the patterns really aren't super clear either for the bullish view or the bearish view right now with the price action we've been seeing over the last several months. So we'll see how this unfolds. But right now, I'm going to go with this because, the way I just talked about, the view I just talked about with the moving averages And with the way the new highs, new lows, and short-term wise anyway, this would be the picture that we are starting down in a new cycle wave C. And if we're in a large flat here on Newmont, then this should be a very large 5-wave move. So that's why I laid out the price, the Elliott Wave pattern like this, okay? Now, I am not saying, do not sit back and go, oh, Joe's predicting wave 1's going to be July 2021 at this price level. These are placeholders, okay? Let me say that again because everybody doesn't listen to that sometimes. These are placeholders, not predictions, okay? This is directional. Now, from a standpoint of where do I think the C wave's going? Yeah, I think the C wave's going to go down here, come very close to the bottom of wave A if truly we're in a big bearish scenario, and we're going to find out pretty soon. But in terms of the wave structure in between, it's way too soon to know exactly what's unfolding because this C wave could also be an ending diagonal pattern. This is an impulsive pattern. It could be an ending diagonal. We'll just have to see what happens. So here is the short-term picture in here. Where is this picture wrong? I think it'll be wrong as we start to push and get higher highs, or we take out this high from back in August. And what is that high? 72.22 here on Newmont. And that's going to be the same thing on GLD and on the other stocks. So that is the picture. Let's look at the daily. Here's when I zoom in a little bit. This was a very messy first wave, to be honest with you. It looks like a leading diagonal type pattern in here. And then my best take on this is that we've got a 1-2, 1-2 working our way down into the third wave. So my expectation is that if this is truly the case, we should continue breaking down and selling off in here on Newmont. Okay, let's take a look at Barrick Gold. Okay, so here's Barrick Gold weekly chart. Same exact thing we just looked at with Newmont from the high back here in 2011. Look how the picture is dramatically different. It did not come back nearly as strong, nearly as high as Newmont Mining did, okay, or that GLD did in terms of coming back up near the highs of 2011. So this looks like a zigzag. This looks like a more clearly 5, 3, and then expecting a 5, okay, for a C wave. So that's where the similarity is the same in terms of expecting a 5-wave move down in here off of the high of wave B. So where are we? A little bit different picture in here in terms of the wave count. Let's take a look at the daily. Again, I think we had a leading diagonal pattern in here for wave 1, a sharp wave 2 pullback. And then this could be wave 3 here, or wave 3 may be further to develop. I went ahead in terms of intermediate wave 3. I went ahead and put it here because it fit, and it may just be that it fleshes out a 5-wave move in here sooner. It may be that this wave is over like this kind of thing. We'll watch and see, but what's the expectation? The expectation is that we're going to continue to sell off and break down in here. And again, see how we're rounding over lower highs, lower lows in this move. And that is the picture on Barrick Gold. All right, let's take a look at Kirkland Lake. And now for an even more different view, here's Kirkland Lake. This is definitely a flat. An A, B, C is the expectation for a C wave to come down. Again, these are all patterns that are just labeled out. They're connected with the software like that. I am not predicting that this is where the third intermediate wave is or the fourth intermediate wave. My focus is right in here right now. We'll go to the daily in just a minute. But the key is, here's the high back over here in, well, actually, this is 2019. Okay, so this is a little bit different picture. We're not showing 2011. This is all the data I've got on Kirkland Lake. And so we've got a 3-wave move down and then a 3-wave move back up. And now I'm expecting a 5-wave move down. And it sure looks like that is the direction that this is headed. And so when we look at the pattern in here, it's the same kind of thing that I was looking for, a first leading diagonal pattern in here, wave 1, then a sharp wave 2, although this is not nearly as strong as what we show on the other 2 stocks. But this is how we've got the wave 2 pulled back in here, sharp zigzaggy type of move, And now I am looking for 5 ways to flesh out for wave 3. Now, where this is going to end, who knows? Right now, this is my best take on a wave 1, wave 2. If this is going to be a third wave, this needs to be a 5-wave impulsive, and it needs to come on down. I wouldn't be surprised to see this. What I'm expecting it to do is to start to break out, and it looks like it's already starting to do that, right? It looks like it's already with today's price action. Look at the volume on that move today in Kirkland Lake. Okay, so that's the picture there. This is what I'm expecting. Let me go back to the weekly, and then we'll bring it back up here to side by side. And so they're similar, but they're not. I mean, in terms of, the most recent with the Elliott Wave picture. But that is the picture here between these 3 mining stocks. We'll see what happens with gold, GLD, and the dollar, and where these things go. Looking for them to continue to sell off. All right, everyone, that is it for this video. If you felt like the video was helpful, give it the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that little subscriber button. If you'd like more of this kind of information on a regular basis, head on over to joehenches.net and check out Beyond the Chart. Check out the membership over there. Check out the website. Everyone, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on the next video.